Questions, your reaction when Christian Wilkins is attacked?
Well, you're always in the coaching. You're in the countdown. You know your pick's coming up. You go 10, and you say, "I hope he takes him." 11, I hope they take him. 12, take him. You know, then 13, you go, "Come on, come on." And you always get excited at that point. You know, because you as a coach, you're still watching that draft pretty much. It's out of your hands a lot of times, so you're just kind of watching it as a fan, what's going across the screen and what everybody's saying too. But it was an exciting time.
How would you describe Christian's personality?
Energetic. You know, he's going to have fun. He's going to have fun at practice. He's going to have fun in games. You know, in person, you're going to, as a media, you're going to enjoy Christian. You know, he's. The only time I really ever seen him have a bad day is when we didn't win. You know, but other than that, his energy level, he's consistent. That's his energy level. That's his personality. That's the way he's been since day one.
What did you think of his flying shoulder bump into Roger Goodell?
Yeah, it didn't surprise me. I was surprised he didn't get off the ground very high. You know, Roger was kind of surprised a little bit, but when I saw his face and the excitement when he was drafted, when he came up, you know, and I could see him, you know, look up, I said, boy, you know, he's excited about being here too. So when he got to speeding up going toward that stage, I said, oh boy. You know, tell him what he's going to be doing. But it was good to see some natural enthusiasm. You could tell that he was really happy to be a Dolphin, you know, and we were excited about it as well.
Last time we spoke, we talked about how you played for Chris Greer's father in New England, and you guys have a relationship going back to those days. How much did you and Chris kind of talk about Christian and his prospects and what kind of kid he is leading up to until you guys drafted him?
Well, I tell you what, you know, as a staff, as an organization, everybody, we talked about these young men over and over again. You know, even when we graded them and everybody read their reports, it was a number of eyes that was on them. You know, and he knew I had a history with Christian because he used to come through there some, and he kind of knew who he was. And so in reading in my report, you know, just being honest about him, who he was and what kind of person he was, not just a. You know, I read in the big meeting like everybody else did. You know, and then it come down with, do you think this guy can help us? Yes. You know, do you basically put your name on him as a person? Yes. You know, it was all yeses. And, you know, that's what put it over the hole.
What are his strengths on the field?
He's got a big-time football IQ. He's a really smart football player. I know you can tell by his academics he's really smart, but he can transfer it onto the football field. He's very athletic. You know, I did coach him as a sophomore. You know, we had an injury, and they said we're gonna move Christian to defensive end. And I'm going, he's 310 pounds. You know, he'll be out there. He'll just be a block. You know, just kind of. I'd be dang if the sucker came out there the first couple of days of practice, and he really shocked me with his athletic ability, his awareness on the edge. You know, he ended up getting accolades at all conference at that position. So. He's very athletic. He's very instinctive. His energy level is great. I think I was really surprised that he could walk out there and play defensive end. You know, and he could do it now. You know, he's already bargaining for everybody to catch the ball. He wants to run the ball. You know, he wants to play tight end. You know, that's just his personality, and he's got the natural abilities to do it.
We've been covering 4-3 around here for a long time. Can you help me understand a little bit about when a player who's 300 pounds, who's often played inside, is now asked to play the outside position on a 3-4? What are the responsibilities? How are they different?
That's where the awareness comes in. You know, and inside sometimes, man, you can be a bull in a china shop. You know, you can just kind of knock everybody back and drive, and you know those mistakes don't really show up as quickly. On the edge now, those mistakes show up really quickly. You know, and you know, from the bootlegs, the misdirections, and the games that people play with your eyes. You know, coach used to always tell me if you trick the ends and trick the free safety, you're going to get a big play. So those guys got to have some awareness to them. They got to, you know, play with their eyes, play with their feet, and he can do that. And it's hard. Just like you said, there's very few that can. It's almost easier to go from an end to a 3 technique Then he go from a 3 technique to an end just because of the awareness part of it. You know, now that the end might take a beating down in there, but the instincts from going inside to outside.
When I start watching the film, again, not a coach, just from
Right.
layman's eyes, is it going to be hard for me sometimes to figure out, okay, there's a lot of movement, and this guy's inside in this play and outside in this play, and this guy's standing on this play and hand down on this play. How much confusion should I expect from myself?
Well, that's where he's got to study. That's why coaches every week got to put him in those positions. You got to keep putting him in them positions over and over again, and you know, and don't give him too much. You know, he'll let you know, hey coach, that's enough. Overload, or you'll see that player starting to play slow. You know he's a fast switch player. You know he's active, and then you still see him play slow. You know, then as a coach you say, hey, we got to back off him because he's not playing fast. Might be a little too much for him. But then some guys, when you're talking to them and they're nodding their head going, I got it, I understand it. If he's ever done it before, it makes it a little bit easier. If he's never done it, then that kind of changes the game. But he's coming from Clemson, but Coach Venable's defense is multiple. He's been 3-4. He's been head up, nose guard. He's been a stand-up, you know, and he's come from a system where he was asked to do a lot. So I think the transition is going to be easy. Not easy, because the guy across from him is better on a week-in and week-out basis.
Are you going to go in with him gradually increasing what you ask of him, or because of his the high football IQ and the fact that he's done everything already, that you can pretty much almost throw him in there? If you want to do that, you can do it from the start.
Yeah, I'll probably give him a hug tonight and tell him welcome here, but pretty much here's the playbook. Let's get it.
He said you were real hard on him at the
No.
meeting.
I couldn't tell if he was joking at that.
You were the hardest. What did you do to this guy in the meeting?
Well, I wouldn't call it hard. I would say just demanding. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm never going to attack them as humans. I'm never going to attack their characters. But they say you get what you expect. You know, and what you expect is what you're coaching. And so sometimes you have to, I guess, speak loudly to get guys to do what you want. But no, Christian, when it's, you know, the guy works hard for you. He gives you all kind of effort. He's yes or no, so he's very respected. Mean is not close. You know, not close to the words. But him being a young guy,